Welcome to Dahod Garden.
Spring is here and it's a good thing, but it's a little bit early and I'm not sure it's a good thing or not. Okay, so we are going to do some cleanup in our flower beds. So I'm going to go ahead and do some weeding and get rid of some dead material. Okay, so here are a couple of different types of weed, and then as you can see, yeah, there is a lot of dead material, basically fallen up branches and leaves. Okay, it's spring here in Kansas, southeast Kansas, and I'm ready to clean up my flower beds. So, as a first step, what I'm going to do is basically get rid of weeds. Weeds to me are undesired plants at the wrong location. So, right now, the roots are not really established, so these weeds are really easy to pull out. So, let me show you the tools that I use to do this. Okay, the first tool I use is a long handle hoe. I basically come in with my hoe and dig up the weeds, and then I come in with my second tool, which is a rake, and rake and grade everything. Okay, and then I use my third tool to basically pick up the pile of weeds and dead material from my bed and load it up in a wheelbarrow. Let's see what I do next. Here is some weed that I'm going to dig out using my hoe. So all you need to do is kind of come in and give a blow to it, and it will dig right out the entire weed. So as I mentioned before, the roots are quite shallow here because this is early spring and they just germinated, and so it's really easy to dig them out with this method. Here is a bunch of weed I just dug out. Now I'm going to come in with my rake and basically rake them over, and then again I'm going to come in and grade again everything so that everything is nice and leveled. Okay, I raked up things and I formed this pile. Now I'm going to come in with my pitchfork and load everything up in my wheelbarrow, and we should be ready to go. So here's my pitchfork, and basically it gives me a nice area to work with, and I'm going to just dig it in and then pull up the whole load and load it in my wheelbarrow. Alright, this bed is all weeded out. All we need to do is mulch it, which I'm going to do it in the next couple of days, but it's already looking pretty good. Now I'm going to come in with my broom and do some final cleanup. So that's how you do it. If you do it relatively early in spring, it is much easier on you. I got about a wheelbarrow full of weeds and dead materials from my front flower bed. The bed is about 8 feet wide and 15 feet long. And so now what I'm going to do with this material, actually I'm going to put this material in my compost pile. I have another pile of compost that I do from materials collected from my flower beds and any weed in the yard. And once this compost is all cooked and done, then I again basically recycle them in my flower beds. So I really like to reuse and make use of them in my flower beds.